The Plymouth Raiders! Good afternoon, I'm Blaine Sperring and welcome to Live Basketball.tv and BBL YouTube for coverage of Plymouth Raiders versus Manchester Giants live from Pavilions. It's crunch time on this Mothering Sunday with the 8th and 9th place teams in the BBL facing off for the second time in 2 weeks. Plymouth are looking to complete a 3-0 whitewash of the Giants today and will be in good spirits after winning 89-99 in Manchester last weekend. Today's visitors went down 73-86 against Glasgow Rocks in their previous game, but with February's Player of the Month, Willie Clayton, back in the side after resting on Friday night, the Giants will be quietly confident they can get a result here today. I have Raiders coach Paul Nicholson back beside me today. Paul, two teams vying for playoffs. How important is today's game in that race for 8th and above?
It's a really important game. Manchester Giants are one place below Raiders in the table. Raiders got a head-to-head on them. They played each other recently. It was Raiders' last game when they went against Manchester and took the win. There's two big powerhouses going at it, Woody Clayton and Rashad Hassan. It's going to be a really good game, and it is vital. This is the business end of the season right now, and both teams are fighting for playoffs.
Yeah, you mentioned Willie Clayton. Plymouth will have hoped he was going to take a rest after that rest on against Glasgow Rocks on Friday night. How big is it that he's back in the side for Manchester today?
Well, yeah, that rest I'm sure was in preparation for this game anyway. You know, he's a big-time player. He gets big boards. He gets big points. Raiders do a fantastic job, to be fair. Every time that they've played against him, they control him pretty well. So he's yet to have a really big impact game against Plymouth Raiders.
It's going to be really interesting today. There's a lot of big matchups on the court. Who do you see as the standouts?
Well, like we just said, the standout matchup has got to be Willie Clayton versus Hassan. If you look at it figure for figure, Hassan on 20 points a game, Clayton on 18 points a game. Hassan's made 192 field goals, where Clayton's made 188. It's a huge matchup, and with that, they're actually second and third in field goal percentage. So, like for like, these guys are really competitive with each other.
Here today for Plymouth Raiders, number 4 Josh Wilshere, number 15 Dante Nicholas, number 12 Demontavious Payne, number 22 Rashad Hassan, number 52 Jonas Jabalainen, and for the Giants, number 1 Mike McCall Jr., number 8 Ingus Bankovic, number 11 Callum Jones, number 21 Willie Clayton, and number 24 Torrey Butler.
So with that matchup that we're looking at there, one thing I would have with Hassan and Clayton, you've got Clayton there who's against Raiders is only 11 points a game and 11 rebounds a game. So if you compare that to his averaging is 15 rebounds and averaging 18 points, then there's a big difference there as well. So Raiders do a good job on it. So it's going to be up to the other Giants players to step up. And normally on that is Bankovic and Granish. Those two normally have pretty good games against Plymouth. So we'll see what those guys get to offer today.
We will indeed. Both sides out onto the court. Plymouth Raiders all in green, going from left to right in this first half. And Manchester Giants in their white strip from right to left. Hassan going up for the first tip. Winning the ball, and it'll be a Raiders possession to start this game. Raiders without Zach Wells now, basically to the end of the season. And Jonas Jabalainen there. Not starting the game off as he would have liked. Missing that too and under the hoop. Mike McCall and Butler falling short. Nicholas backing in and throwing it up over to make that one, and Both sides just making a couple of sloppy mistakes early in this game.
Yeah, both teams are again a feel for it. You know, it's some games do start slow, but you're soon going to find out who's the guys that are going to step up today. And that man there certainly could be one of them. Butler's not historically had great games against Plymouth, but we've seen throughout sort of the last few games that he is a solid player for Manchester. He can shoot the free ball, he slashes well, and here he comes again in transition.
Bankovic, Mike McCall, playing with his first rebound of the day. You're going to see plenty of those. Butler again. Foul called on Rashad Hassan that time.
You know, with Zach Wells out as well, it's going to be the rotations for Plymouth going to be a little bit different with the Willie Clayton factor. Jonas has got to make sure he stays in the game, and so has Hassan. They're both big bodies. They both can play defense. It's important that they're there when Clayton's on the court. Good defensive stop from Raiders.
What a pass though from Bankovic. Kicking it out to Butler. Nothing happened. Two minutes down in the game. Raiders without a point to their name yet. Giants 3 up. Bounce from Boucher. Hassan. Just Butler, Bankovic in the corner up against Järveläinen. 2. A subdued atmosphere in pavilions. Thought Järveläinen was going to put up a 3 then to get the crowd going. Parson Jones.
It's quite a scrappy game so far. And at the minute, that's suiting Manchester. There's not much being called either side. The plays aren't being run quite to perfection just yet. It is a slow, scrappy start.
And this from Hassan. Red's not really got going. Manchester looking to punish. That pass. Payne.
You know, Payne's a pretty quick player on defense, and you know Manchester are lucky there he didn't get it down in transition, because he's had some really good games against Manchester. You know, last game and the game before he's averaging around 22 points a game against the Giants, so he's one to watch out for today if you're a Manchester fan.
Yeah, MVP up in Manchester last time out. Had a really good performance in 3-point territory, and they're a feature of the Raiders' first half so far, those sloppy plays. Hassan that time losing the ball, and Bankovic punishes him.
Yeah, Bankovic last game against the Raiders with 24, so he enjoys playing against them. We're certainly going to see a lot more of him today.
It's Payne. No surprise, chucking that one down. First triple of the day for the Raiders. It's Clayton.
Yeah, it seemed fairly easy there, trading through. Jonas caught with his back to Clayton, and a nice easy 2 points there.
Dante Nicholas. It's missed that time, and Raiders caught with 3 players down the court. It's going to be an easy 2 here for Manchester. 13-5, just under half of this one gone in the first quarter.
Yeah, this is not your typical Raiders start right now. I think another miss or another turnover, you're going to get a timeout soon from Paul James.
Yeah, the heads still seem like they're in the changing rooms.
It is a slow start for Plymouth, and that's not normally how they get into basketball games.
Jonas Järveläinen, another miss from him. Been a difficult start for the Estonian. That was Butler throwing one up with the miss. I think Jabalanin's disappointed he hasn't been given a couple of fouls.
I think there's a few players like that in today's game. It's I think everyone's having a nice relaxed Sunday, if I'm honest with you right now.
It does feel like that. No one's really taken the game by the scruff of the neck as yet. Paul James taking off Jabalainen. Shakes his head. Denzel Ubiaro steps in. Payne. Easy two. Mike McCall directing traffic. Butler receives nice pass into Clayton up against Hassan.
That to me looks like a foul from Willie Clayton. He turns his back on someone and he's pushing him, and seems a little bit excessive from him in the paint.
Up to Nicholas. Nicholas fouled. Dante Nicholas and Willie Clayton in the league this season, two most foul players on average.
Yeah, they both are. You know, Clayton's a big body and Dante likes to get to the hoop, so they're two players who certainly draw contact and they can finish pretty well under contact as well.
Nicholas and Wilshire in the corner. Clayton clutches the ball.
We're going to probably go into that pick and roll again. Clayton at the top, he's going to seal in the paint. There he goes again.
Real battle going on between Hassan and Clayton, and given the travel that time.
Giving him a travel, but again, I still see it as an offensive foul right now, because after the pick and roll comes at the top, Clayton pushes back on Hassan, who has his feet set. It's not your typical offensive foul where bodies go flying, but he's not sort of getting the space he wants without pushing to get there.
Nicholas, Clayton's defended well. Hassan tipping it back in. It's going to be interesting to see how that battle develops between Clayton and Hassan throughout this game.
Well, in a minute, Clayton's getting the better of it, but I think that's purely down to the referees not blowing a whistle.
A call, and Butler with time. Got to put that one away. Easy three for Tory Butler. And Manchester by 9. 3 minutes left in quarter one. Hassan makes the 2. Will get a chance on the charity strip for the and 1.
And now, if you're Plymouth Raiders, you probably want to go to that look a few more times now. If Clayton and Hassan are going to go at it one-on-one in the paint, Clayton's now drawn 1 foul, Hassan's drawn 1 foul. You're going to see them going inside of the next couple of plays, because if you can get one of those guys for either team on 2, then it changes the whole perspective of the first quarter. And there's that seal again. But this time you got the shooters on the outside.
Here's Wilshire. Deep 3 from Josh Wilshire. Bringing Plymouth within 6. 2.5 to go in this first quarter. Bankovic comes back with one of his own.
Yeah, he's feeling it today. Bankovic is really making a difference.
7 points for him already. Dante Nicholas fading away.
Good balance from Dante, but just nearly a lack of focus from Raiders.
Yeah, Willie Clayton couldn't get his hands to that one. 2 to go in the first quarter. Giants by 7. And Payne thrown it to the umpire on the side. This first period of play full of those mistakes from both sides. Jones. Butler feeds Bankovic again, he's really feeling it. Throwing another one down. He's into triple points now, triple points.
If you've got guys on the outside who can shoot a free ball, and you've got Clayton inside causing real problems and doing a job, you're going to have to protect the inside because you can't have easy points from Clayton. But then you've got to watch out for the guys kicking the ball on the outside.
Willie Clayton went to throw it down with two hands.
Pavilions crowd are going to let him know about that. That's going to be frustrating for the big man.
It's another one of those mistakes.
It's a silly mistake.
Many in this
you're that big,
quarter.
you're that strong, and you're in transition. You got to put the ball down.
Dante Nicholas was just standing in space.
He'll probably show there. He'll show Willie Clayton how it's done, and he's just a little bit smaller than him.
Stepped out of bounds. The Raiders now have the chance to come back into this game. Just narrow the deficit.
Yeah, if you're the Manchester coach, you could be a bit frustrated because the defensive effort has not been great in the last couple of minutes, and Raiders have clawed their way back into this game with some good play.
At the same time, I don't think they really needed to do too much to get in there. They're leaving a lot of gaps, Manchester, in the...
Yeah, they're setting up a zone. They're setting up a zone defense. And they're leaving the backs open a little bit too much. They're not rotating on defense. It's not a great zonal play right now for Manchester. And Raiders have got guys that can shoot their way out of zones, and Hassan's a pretty dominant force inside. So if you play a bad zone against them, it's not going to be any good for you.
Josh Wilshere again.
And again, Clayton is pulling on the shirt of Hassan. He is lucky to be on one foul so far in his first quarter.
Paul James, Raiders coach, would be far more annoyed if they hadn't got any points out of that one. But I think it's clear for everyone to see. But Clayton going up again against Hassan. And again.
Because if you're Raiders right now, Clayton's a big impact player, and he is causing a lot of fouls, and it's not a home court advantage or anything like that. Or he's fouling and he's got away with it. He can be lucky that he's still in the game on one foul. But that's part and parcel of it. Sometimes you do these things because you've got to get yourself an advantage, and he's done that. He's got his advantage. He's just got to make sure it counts down the other end.
He didn't that time. Missing his first free throw. Go up for another. 5.8 to go in the game, so Raiders will have to have a quick offense for this shot. And Wilshere will look to drive. But Jones have to shoot quick. Dante Nicholas, I think the whistle, the buzzer had already gone. Doesn't matter, that one missed anyway. And at the end of the first quarter, Raiders 23, Giants 27. Welcome back to Live Basketball.tv and BBL YouTube. It's currently 23-27 in favour of the Manchester Giants here at the Pavilions. The first quarter full of mistakes from both sides. The coaches' words ringing in their ears. To act on them in this second quarter.
It's been a crazy first quarter. You're looking at Raiders already got 6 turnovers in that quarter, and Manchester's got 9 turnovers in that quarter. It's just a little bit scrappy and a little bit messy. Bankovic is doing a great job for Manchester. He's scoring the ball pretty well, and so is Hassan. You need to look at other players now to start stepping up the game, because it's been a scrappy game, which normally means it's a scrappy game that someone can take advantage of it. And it's going to be about the players like Payne and Wiltshire and Dante for Raiders, and the likes of Clayton for Manchester, because Clayton's been pretty quiet with 6 points.
Mix finds his way to Clayton. Raiders ball.
You know, he's caused a lot of problems, and to be fair, him being inside posting up has led to Bankovic's his scoring streak with his threes. But Clayton himself, regards to scoring and to grabbing rebounds, is not as effective as he normally is. And it always seems to be that way against Raiders.
Nicholas backing into Jones, 5 on the shot clock. Ubiaro driving. Nicholas came in for the tip. Manchester get away with it that time. Ball over to Mike McCall. Gathers in. In and out. Jones. Did he travel? Doesn't matter. Raiders get the ball back. Ubiaro breezes past Bankovic and past Mike McCall. And fouled.
Yeah, good take from Denzel Ubiaro, coast to coast. A couple of dribbles, doesn't take him long to get down the other end of the court. And found a gap between the two defenders, and the easy way to draw the foul.
Ubiaro looking for his first points of the game. Puts the first one away.
Yeah, I think if you're Raiders one right now, this is a real way that you can impact against this Manchester team. Is get down the court quickly. You know, hit the transition, get wide on the wings, get your shooters ready to go down the other end, spread the floor, and you know that's going to work well against this Manchester team, because they're not the quickest down the floor.
Butler doing well inside with Clayton.
And what you don't want is to play a half-court game, especially with the size of Willie Clayton inside.
Clayton still unable to make a free throw, 0 for 3 so far.
Yeah, big man free throw problems for Willie Clayton today.
Wilshire losing the ball. Jones doing well to keep it on the court. Butler. Bankovic, don't want to leave him open right now. Playing with 3 men around him.
Seems to do the job. You've got to swarm Clayton when he has the ball inside, and Ray's doing a great job of that.
Wilshire. Easy for the Australian.
Yeah, hopefully that'll get him going, Josh Wiltshire. He's been relatively quiet so far, but he has that effect. He could be relatively quiet and come away with 25 points. You know, that's just the sort of player he is.
Ball shot missed. Raiders with a chance to get to their first lead of the game. And Clayton intercepting the pass from the Raiders, number 4. Butler around the back, Wilshire on his own. Puts Raiders into the lead. And with that, First time out of the game called from the Giants. 30-29, Raiders by 1.
It's a scrappy game. As a coach, I'm looking at this and going, somebody run something. But then I'm also thinking, hold up a minute. The scrappy game seems to be kind of working for me right now if I'm Paul James, because we've actually started running transition pretty well. We're playing better defense now, and every time Clayton gets the ball, and this is what I said last time when Manchester visited Pavilions, they force that pass to Clayton too much, because when he's off the court, they move the ball very well. When he's on the court, you know where it's going. It's either going inside for Clayton. If Clayton gets stuck, he'll kick it out to the shooter. So if you can react to that, you're probably going to be in a good place.
First time in this game. The Giants yet to go to the bench. Look at the dangerous flat foot Greenwich there. You expect to see him at some point in this game.
Well, he did take a knock in the last game. And I don't think, to be fair, he will feature as much as Manchester would like, because he's an important player for them. So the fact that he's not on the court already says to me that maybe he won't be.
Manchester surrendering possession. Nice kick there from Butler. Sean Sheldon's come in. All the Raiders. Quick shot there. That one out of bounds.
Yeah, Sean Sheldon stepping in now. He's been playing more minutes as the season's been going on. He's going to have his work cut out on the defensive end. He's going to have to be physical against the likes of Clayton. Offensively, he's got a good inside finish. Defensively, he's just going to have to really be on his game.
Mike McCall. Back to Clayton, good pass.
Yeah, and he missed out there, unfortunately. There was not quite the right defensive communication, and pretty simple finish there for Manchester.
Right up against McCall. Shelton, good defence. Maybe could have been a foul.
Maybe.
Bankovic. Drops another one down. He's really feeling it today, Ingus Bankovic.
He is indeed. You're going to be frustrated if you're Paul James there, because that looked like a foul down that end, has it? And he come away and gets the free because of it. That's a tough one to take.
Josh Wilshire's three-point shot doesn't go. Giants by 4.
Clayton slipped the defense. Got to be careful there as he's inside. Sean's just keeping a close eye on him on the back door.
Jones, Bankovic again. Don't leave him with space. No punishing all that time. Jones.
See, this time they did the job on Bankovic. They closed him out. They had a high hand. It was a good contested shot. Forced a miss. Got to be able to pick up the pieces as well.
Great pass from Wilshere.
Oh, nice play. Fantastic play there from Plymouth Raiders.
Bit of quality there from the Raiders in what's been a scrappy game. Jones and Butler. And that's a foul.
No foul. I think it's just a bit of a tumble. It's going to be Raiders' ball.
Incredibly subdued atmosphere in there at the moment.
It's a bit of a strange game, really. There hasn't been really a flow so to speak, or one team kind of taking control for a period of time. It's been very hit and miss, very scrappy. It's an up and down game, that's for sure. And I think that's going to favour Raiders.
Sean Shelton doing really well defensively, and again.
Yeah, great hustle from the big man.
Now get the crowd on side. Payne. Through the foul. Sean Shelton inside. Defensively, doing exactly what his coach will want him to.
Yeah, that's good hustle. He's got long old arms, Sean Shelton has, and he can disrupt passes, he can disrupt plays, he can move pretty well. So if he's active on defense, it's going to be a real asset to the Plymouth squad. But again, like I said, there's no flow in this game. It's a good game to watch, to be honest with you, but you have no idea which way it's going right now.
Yeah, as you say, no real flow. Lacking quality. But an interesting watch for a neutral.
Well, yeah, the quality's there because you're getting to see what players are capable of it in the full court and in the transition, but I can't help but think I'm watching the game now, I'm watching both coaches, and they're getting frustrated with the calls of the game, and quite a lot, more than normal, and it's interesting to see how the game's being run, and it's kind of, it has just led to be a scrappy game.
Bankovic with his 18th point of the day. Manchester up by 6. To Lubiaro. Step back, found Walsher with time. Nicholas picks it up against Clayton. Decisive pass to Shelton and fouled.
Yeah, Bankovic found there. It's a tricky pass from Dante Nicholas, who's managed to find Sean Shelton.
Dean Wallace has come into the game for Tory Butler. He's already up to 3 fouls, so just coming out of the game for a bit. Payne and Wilshire, 5 on the shot clock. Devontavious Payne, falls short. Comes back to him again, he'll have another go.
Yeah, figured it out on the first miss. Decided that one's a little bit short. Give me another go, I'll get that right.
Puts the Raiders back within 3. The second 3-pointer of the day.
That pick and roll. That pick and roll is certainly hurting Plymouth Raiders, and you know, you need to give Hassan a rest, and Clayton will take advantage of that at times. Sean's been doing a pretty good job so far, but the pick and roll is where it's hurting, and Clayton's sitting his man inside. You know, with his last game out being injured, and he's playing a lot of minutes now, it's going to be interesting to see what he's like coming down to the fourth quarter. But currently, if you're Plymouth, I don't think you mind fouling Willie Clayton, do you?
You can't buy a point from the free throw line at the moment.
I'd be quite happy with the occasional foul rather than an easy 2 points.
And again. That's 0 for 5 now. It's Tola Kiki. Steps into the game. Steps onto the score sheet, Tola Kiki. Yeah. Tying the game.
If you want energy off the bench, that lad Tolo Akiki, he brings it. He brings it in bunches. You never see him make an assist or a shot without some sort of passion afterwards, and that's good to see. He will bring energy into this game.
So, Paul, where's this game going?
That's a tough question. Where's this game going? Because right now, I have no idea, but it's fun to watch. There's loads of offense. There's loads of calls which you can dispute either this side or that side. There's plenty of missed shots, there's plenty of good plays, there's physical contact. This is a fun game to watch.
It's a pundit's dream, you can talk about it for hours.
Oh yeah, but I wouldn't want to coach this game right now because I'll be pulling my hair out.
What are the coaches telling their teams now then? Because It's not like, it's really difficult to say. As you say, there's not really many plays being executed as they'd want, the coaches, you've got to say.
No, probably not. No, probably not. But I think if you're Raiders, you're looking at the full 4 quarters already. You're not looking at what's happening in this very moment, because Clayton's been on quite a bit. He's getting tired. There's a couple of players now in Manchester in foul trouble. They've got a couple of knocks as well. Yes, Bankovic is doing a fantastic job. And that's why Tola Akiki's come on to guard him now, and he'll frustrate him a little bit. But the more this game stays like this, I can't help but think it's going to be advantage Raiders. And you see it right there. Clayton's pick and roll is kind of predictable. If you get yourself a good stance in the middle, you take a couple of charges, that's his second foul. You get him one more in this quarter and they're going to be a little bit worried.
I'm going to say, without Granic on the Giants, not really got too many points on the bench either.
Well, he's an effective player, especially against Raiders. He does very well against Raiders. And he'll be sorely missed.
Jones. To one miss. Great pass from Bankovic that time. Player makes no mistake.
Yeah, that was just down to defensive communication, I believe, on that one. But Clayton's going to get a few. He's going to get a few.
Reverse. One miss stood strong. Jones spins Shelton. Clayton. Giants just finding it easier to get in.
Yeah, he is getting inside. Like I said before, it's kind of predictable what he's going to do, but it does take a bit of work to stop that predictability, because he's a tough player.
Osha. Akiki in the corner again, couldn't make it that time. 40-42, 1.5 left to go in the first half.
Very physical battle inside, very physical battle. And if it's coming to pushing and shoving, Clayton's a big body, it's going to be tough to dislodge him, but he's done it himself. He stepped out of bounds there with the double team and tried to throw the ball off the Raiders player unsuccessfully.
Okiki. Wilshire, great movement from Payne. Really unlucky there.
Yeah, doesn't get a friendly bounce. Great pass from Josh Wilshire, but Raiders got to be careful. There was a lot of talking down the other end on the offensive end after the change of possession, and there wasn't much getting back on defense, and don't want to do that in this style of game.
Shelton doing well to find Nicholas. With a foul called.
And that will be on Willie Clayton, and it looks like he's come over to the bench and tried to make his own sub, but coach says get back on the court. Oh, and now he has. Now he's coming off.
Torrey Butler coming back in, but Willie Clayton, both on 3 fouls each. Plenty of players on the Giants bench, but not too many. Well, the coach wants to bring on. They've not had too many minutes this season. From the strip. Cool. Rolls back out.
Yeah, again, not a friendly bounce, and Giants have still got the lead, and as scrappy as game as it is, and as much as normally running games favour Plymouth Raiders, Giants still have that lead.
So 10 seconds left. Raiders looking for the last shot of this first half. Kiki finds Wilshire. Finds Nicholas to shoot. Raiders unable to get one off.
Yeah,
foul called.
I was going to say that looked very much like a foul, but I think the distraction of the buzzer, no one realised, but the ref called it on the baseline.
He's Dean Montes with that foul there for Dante Nicholas. We'll have 2 shots to round off the first half. Nicholas 2 from 2, puts the Raiders within 1 at the end of this first half. Paul, a game that got going, but never really got going.
You've got to love basketball. It's, you know, at the end of the day, it's 44-43. We've got a really competitive game. You know, Giants are playing pretty decent defense. They're sitting in their zone and it's slowing the Raiders team down. Offensively, both teams are getting a little bit scrappier, and Giants are getting more looks with places you know they would get them, with Bankovic shooting the threes and Clayton posting up. And Raiders that haven't quite yet found their best offensively. And if they can do that and take advantage of it, it's going to be an interesting game, especially with the crowd here at Pavilions. You know they get behind the team. But if Manchester can keep disrupting them, then maybe it doesn't look good for the local team here.
So a very interesting first half here at Pavilions. Both sides seem very relaxed. Neither really got out of first gear. Both sides will be hoping to make a few more points in the second half and pull away. But at half time, it's Raiders 43, Giants 44. Welcome back to live basketball.tv and BBL YouTube. It's currently Plymouth Raiders 43, Manchester Giants 44 here at Pavilions. I've got Paul Nicholson beside me, the Raiders coach. Paul, very scrappy first half, but what have you seen? What have you taken from the stats?
It is scrappy, and both teams probably need to just
kind of get it together a little bit, the simple things, because you've got a total of 40 you've got a total of 40 rebounds in this game, and it's scrappy rebounds. It's not off missed shots, grab one rebound. It's puts it up, misses, puts it up, misses, puts it up, misses. Another guy takes it to the hoop, misses. It's scrappy rebounds. Okay, you're looking at your turnovers. You've got 7 for Plymouth Raiders, and you've got 12 for Giants. But there's only 5 and 6 steals, so they're silly mistakes, which is turning the ball over, stepping out of bounds, making bad passes.
Let me see there, Rashid Hassan.
Yeah,
to gather the board, simple. And
it's not a turnover because someone played great defense and stole the ball. It's scrappiness at the moment. I think that does favour Plymouth Raiders. Clayton's on 3 fouls, that favours Plymouth Raiders. But right now, Manchester are getting the best out of it with their zone defense, and they're getting easy looks like that. So this is a risky game to play for both teams, because a scrappy game, anyone can come out on top.
Hassan off Wilshire, ball was out for Manchester ball once again. We've got to say, if Manchester win this game, it really puts them back in contention for a playoff spot. Lose this one, and it's hard to see.
Yeah, no, it certainly does. And you look at the running games coming up. Raiders they've got Bristol Flyers, they've got Worcester Wolves, they've got big game against Sheffield, and this will be very, very helpful just to create a gap, because behind these two teams, Bristol Flyers are there. They're not playing their best basketball right now, but they're not going anywhere right there as well, and it's going to be a really, really tough finish to the BBL, who's hitting those playoff spots.
Yeah, Manchester's next game up against Newcastle. The last 2 into the league against Newcastle and Leicester, so they can beat the big sides.
And this is the funny thing when you get this Manchester team. They turn up and they'll play a scrappy, messy game, and all of a sudden they turn up against Newcastle and they play the best basketball of the season. And as a coach and as a player, that's frustrating. You want to be a little bit more consistent. We've seen, if you look down the bottom end of the table with the playoff spots, you look at that, Bristol Flyers down there, Manchester Giants down there, Plymouth down there, Sheffield down there, Cheshire, Glasgow just pushed up the ranks. But then you watch them play the guys who are up the top end of the table, your Leicesters and Newcastles, both your London teams. Everyone's taking wins off people. So when it gets that playoff chase, this could be a very, very interesting end to the season.
Bankovic. And again, Bankovic starts the second half the same way he started the first.
He's a 5 from 6 from the free line. He's having a fantastic shooting game.
He's really feeling it at the moment. Raiders down by 7. Hassan, that's a guy that's not feeling it so far. Jones. To Bankovic. And he's out
Again,
of bounds.
Another turnover not caused by fantastic defense. Yes, Dante was out there pressuring him, but it wasn't, it's a silly mistake. Stepping out of bounds is a silly mistake. But every time Raiders are missing, Giants are just clawing away and getting the basket. Again, turnover right now, and if this could extend the lead even more now for Manchester.
McCall in and out, really unlucky. Nicholas can't gather it. Clayton. Jones finding that space really easily. How easy was that for Callum Jones? He just turned around at the top of the key and hey,
it was.
I'm in a few meters of space.
I'll
throw it away.
45 to 53. And again, where's the drive coming from? Where's the motivation coming from? Where's the, hey fellas, this is a big game right now. Like, step up, we've got to play some defense. And it's just not happening right now. It's just not happening, and you've got to be careful, because if the team starts clawing away and gets a double-digit lead, and then all of a sudden gets organised, it make the finish of the game very difficult. It's going to be a tough game. And right now, there just needs to be a bit more intensity.
Yeah. 10 for 2.
And whichever team comes away with this win, you're going to come away with it and you're going to go, right, you know what? I'm glad I got that, because that could have gone either way.
The Giants 10 for 2 run in this third quarter so far. The Raiders need to get themselves going.
You see there, Clayton sagging right off Hassan. He's inviting him to shoot. He is not moving from the middle of that key.
Wilshire, big shot for the Raiders. They look to claw their way back into this game. Josh Wilshire's third triple of the game. McCall. Easy up, easy in.
And you watch Willie Clayton right now. He will deny the first pass. He'll come down and he'll sit in that key, and he will stay there all game long if needs be. He's going to stop guys from driving to the basket. He knows Hassan's not going to light it up from outside. And he's working right now. It's scrappy and it's working.
10-point lead for the Giants. Javalainen.
Yeah, good take from Jonas Javalainen.
First points of the game for him.
That's good from Jonas, and that's what we need, a little bit more production for Plymouth Raiders coming from other sources. Yeah, we can't be relying on the same guys time and time again to put the ball away. There's got to be production everywhere on the court. Ooh. Bankovic will be relieved on that, because he was off balance anyway, and Payne now stepping in. That's going to put him in foul trouble.
Denzel Ubiaro will come back in. 10 to 3. Jones, space again.
Ooh,
Cool.
nice handles there. Defense starting to tighten up now for Plymouth Raiders, and they're getting results because of that.
Javalainen. The shot from the outside doesn't go. Quick pass in there from the Giants. The Raiders doing really well to defend that one. Hassan. What a block there.
It was. It's there's a dispute for goaltending, and I'm sure if you're a Manchester Giants fan, that's what you'll be saying right now. But if you're a Raiders fan, it's a great block. Got possession down the other end. It's now going to be Raiders possession on the end line, and they're pretty dangerous from this play.
I'll say that's what I was expecting to be called, goaltending. Slap the ball against glass, and
yeah, that was frustration from Jones though. He was annoyed about the original call down the other end. Thought Dante stood out of bounds. He was moaning about it for a while, and you know what? He said, well, I'm just going to take a swipe of the ball. And that was a frustration foul. Didn't need to do it. And we're back to where we started.
Monte Nicholas fouled, frustrated.
Another player coming on 4 fouls.
I beg your pardon, was Devontae versus Payne's 4th foul earlier on. Torrey Butler up to 4 fouls, so taken off smartly by Coach Byrne.
And watching here, Jones is still chatting to the referees. He's really he's still talking about when Dante inbounded the play. In a close game like this, you haven't got time for that. You just got to get on with it.
You don't want to risk the technical.
No, not at all.
Jones, Bankovic.
Good defense now from Plymouth Raiders. They're tightening up a little bit. He stood out of bounds. It's going to go Raiders possession.
Wilshire looking to go on with things. Yarvalainen did well to get it out to Ubiaro.
Good defense has generated some good offense now for Plymouth Raiders, and they've got a new lease of energy.
It's going 10 for 2. Start of the 3rd period. Now 14-12. Graham finds Jones. McCall answers the Raiders with a 3 of his own.
Good shot. It's a contested shot. It's a good shot. Tough to stop that one.
Giants by 5, 56-61. Just over half of this quarter gone. It's Yarvalainen. Unlucky that time, the Estonian. Jones coming the other way. Don't leave Bankovic open.
Don't want that man open. He is just shooting the ball for fun out there.
24 points now for the Latvian. 6 from 7. Making plenty of triple today. Rashad Hassan again, able to gather the ball. Jones spinning, Wilshire defended well. Goes to the 2-on-1. Hassan, easy enough. Atones for his earlier error. Wilshire did well to hold the ball.
Well, leading up to that, there was 2 offenses in a row for Raiders where it's just been a little bit scrappy there, and they could have had easy looks. So just got to pay attention, keep playing intense defense. But if Manchester's going to make shots like that, you can play as much intense defense as you need.
Kicks out to Wilshire. Havalainen in and out. It's the story of his game today. Giants back with an 8-point lead. One less. McCall. Clayton, men all over him.
Well, again, if you're not in foul trouble, you'd rather foul him under there. Made sure he didn't get the easy 2 points. The more he misses that shot, the more it's going to affect him.
0 for 6.
But still, Manchester with the lead. While Bankovic is hitting big shots, you still like to fancy their chances if you keep turning over the basketball.
There you go. You see that weight fly off his shoulders. 58-67.
Good back screen there from Hassan.
Let's coming to receive. Great spin. Hassan.
So you're not going to get that call, unfortunately.
Chose the wrong option. BBL would come to support. It's one less. Good passing from the Giants. The foul called.
Yeah, looks like Dante Nicholas was pushing into the back of him there.
It's Dante Nicholas' first foul of the day.
But you can see how quickly Dante put his hand up to take that one. He certainly didn't want a mistake there and that going over to Hassan. You're going to need him on the court. You're going to need both those players on the court for long periods of the rest of this game. Raiders want to get back into this. They're really going to have to do a job.
Okay, 1 from 2 that time. Hassan, Nicholas, easy enough there.
Yeah.
Long matchup against Bankovic.
Bankovic found himself the wrong side of Dante Nicholas on that one. It was a pretty simple play, good vision to get the ball in there, and most important thing, execution was made.
Clayton on this. Fell way short. Jones picking up the scraps. That doesn't go. But it's 3 on 2 for the moment. Wiltshire will go it alone. Rolls in.
There you go, Josh Wiltshire. He's been waiting to come to life there, and finally he does. More of that in transition, of getting the ball down the court quickly. Because there's a couple of the Manchester players, they are not the fastest back on defense. And if you can really pump that ball, get Josh Wiltshire running with it, get Denzel Ubiaro running the wings in transition, get Hassan trading through, get Dante Nicholas running, and they've really pushed the ball forward, and you're going to get better looks. Because Manchester, they're struggling to react after a change of possession.
They are indeed, but you've got to give them plenty of credit today.
Oh, 100%. They've done the dirty work, and they've done it well. You know, they've played a very simple game of basketball. They've pushed the ball inside. They've used the strengths of Clayton inside. Because at the end of the day, if you don't double team Clayton or even triple team Clayton on inside, he's going to score. So, and when they've done that, it's a simple inside-outside. They've given it to the likes of Bankovic, who can knock the free ball down. They've rotated the ball very well, and they've disrupted Raiders on the defensive end. So you've got to be credit where credit's due. They've got guys in foul troubles, and they're doing the job.
It's going to get more difficult for the Giants, you'd imagine, with these guys on foul trouble. No points from the bench yet. Only one guy's come on, Dean Wanless. No points in about 9 minutes for him. The rest of their players in their starting 5 all into double digits. So a very strong starting team.
This game can change. This game can change dramatically. You know, all you got to see is someone like Clayton get a 4th foul, or Hassan draw a couple more fouls, and the game changes as well. Because that's where the problems are really coming from, is pumping the ball inside.
Clayton, Bankovic again.
Good closeout. Good closeout from Dante Nicholas there. That's all you can do against Bankovic.
Just over a minute to go. Shelton. One option there from Sean Showen. Didn't really look ever like he'd set himself for that one. Not the biggest scorer, Sean Shelton, averaging about 3.8 points a game this season.
He's shown vast improvements in the Raiders jersey. He's been stepping up defensively. He's been working hard. But you know, like all teams, you would like baskets from every single player on the court. And each team's got strengths and weaknesses with regards to scoring. And what Raiders need to do right now is go to those strengths.
Mike McCall there with another 3. Sean Shelton has another go. 2 points for him.
Yeah, good basket there. And that's where he's really good. He makes a lot of shots where he just catches it on the reverse pivot. He's got long arms. He gets his jump shot above the defender, and that's where he could cause problems.
Jones won this. Clayton strong inside against Rashad Hassan.
Hassan got too tempted there to reach in for that one.
Puts him on 3. Takes Willie Clayton to the free throw line. And he can put the Giants to another double-digit lead. camera.
Push the floor, push the floor.
Nicholas bounce to Hassan against Clayton. Overhand hook couldn't go. 5 seconds left. The third quarter. Don't know if McCall knows that. He's going to shoot now. Great play from Mike McCall to see out this third quarter for Manchester Giants and take them to an 11-point lead. Plymouth Raiders 64, Manchester Giants 75. Welcome back to live basketball.tv and BBL YouTube. Here at Plymouth Pavilions, it's Plymouth Raiders 64, Manchester Giants 75 as we enter the final quarter of the game. I've got Raiders coach Paul Nicholson to my left. Paul, it's going to be a big quarter for both sides. The Raiders need the win to well, they both need the win to go for the playoffs, really, let's be honest. They're in the same position.
Manchester lost 3 on the bounce, so they're looking to get a big win. They're 1 place below Plymouth on the playoff race. Plymouth sitting in 8th, so it's a big game, and it's a scrappy big game too. So right now, Manchester have got the upper hand. They're using their strengths. They're using them well. Clayton's doing a fantastic job, doing a good job defensively and controlling Hassan. He's playing physical, and there's a lot of contact going on there, but he's playing to how the game's being called, and that works for him right now. Bankovic has had a fantastic shooting game, and if that keeps happening with those two, it's going to be a difficult game to get out of. But what Raiders will need right now, they need to push that basketball. They need to start getting some easy looks. And if they can get a couple of baskets on the go now with a couple of stops, they are certainly back in this game. It's far from over.
And Shelton. Nicholas tips it back in.
Now you need a big defensive stop here from Plymouth Raiders. This is where they've got to win their basketball game today. They've got to get stops, they've got to control the jump shots, and they've got to control Willie Clayton.
Defense there for the Raiders. Clayton keeps it in, Bankovic sits between his legs, and the Giants run out of time. Good start to the final quarter for the Raiders.
You can see Manchester, they're just looking, every time they drive, they're just looking for Clayton. And you've got to take that aspect out of their game. And once you do that, you will get stops like they've just shown.
VRO. Second foul on Dean Wanless.
If you're Manchester, you're happy with that. You've got a couple of guys in foul trouble, so you can get the fouls on the likes of Wanless, who was sitting on 1 before that. That's certainly a better place to be.
Yarrow. Raiders 4-0. This final quarter. Clay in trouble once again. They are looking for him every time, as you say, and when he makes mistakes like that, really frustrated. Boos ringing round pavilions.
You know, you got to look at Clayton. He's averaging 18 a game. He's averaging 15 rebounds a game. He's an absolute beast in this league. You know, you're going to look for him. You're going to look for him. And it's just Raiders' job to keep him out of the game.
Game restarts. Raiders looking to cut the deficit even further. Wilshire to find Hassan. Wallace did well then.
Yeah, good defensive set from Giants there.
Cool, Bankovic, big shot from Ingus Bankovic. Silences the pavilions and the Raiders crowd.
He does not know how to miss.
27 points now for the Giants. Number 8 is Hassan. Foul. Wallace takes another one, up to 3. Coach Burns sticks his arms in the air, looks at Wanless. Octavius Payne coming in for Sean Shelton.
Yeah, Coach James just making that decision now, saying, look, he's on 4 fouls, but Payne can score the basketball, and that's what you need. If you leave it too late, then it's going to be too late to get back in the game. You've got to bring someone in like Payne now. He's historically had great games against Manchester, so if he can go on a run and shoot a couple of free balls, that certainly won't go amiss.
24 and 22 points in the previous games against Manchester this season. Plymouth blew Manchester away. Home game last year. It was a closer game last week. It was a very close game here.
I'm not really sure where that was going. Willie Clay is coming back and saying that was on me. This certainly was, young man. This certainly was.
St. Nicholas speeding up. Fouled again.
Raiders will be happy with that. They've got some good free throw shooters on the team. The clock's not running. Opportunity to get points on the board and more foul trouble for the Manchester Giants.
St. Nicholas misses. Makes a second.
Big stop needed again for Plymouth. It's going to be a crucial few minutes now on the defensive end.
Bankovic. Always looking to shoot.
Come on, Bankovic. You're taking the mick now. He can't miss. He's absolutely lights out from the three-point line.
Nicholas sends Bankovic to the floor. Foul called on Dante. Bankovic today has been incredible.
He's been the saviour for Manchester Giants today. He always has a good game against Plymouth Raiders, and that will continue today.
29 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist so far in this game today. Jones speeding up, finding Bankovic, wanting to shoot again.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
McCall. Wanless wide open. Nothing doing. Nicholas has a try. Jones finds Clayton as the ball was going out of play. Bankovic backing into Payne. Clayton. Jones. Wanless will have a go again. Easy 2. Giants by 11. Paul James calls a timeout.
Yeah, back where they started. They started the quarter 11-point deficit, and now they're back there again. It's Clayton and Hassan are cancelling each other out now. They're both equaling each other. They're using themselves as a distraction in a way for players to get to the hoop and for players to shoot the ball. You know, Bankovic has been outstanding. He has shown his talent on scoring the basketball from the free line. He's just drifted from three-point line to three-point line, hasn't had to do anything particular, gets himself open. When the ball comes to him, he's ready to score. And he's the difference maker right now on the offensive end for Manchester Giants. There is no question about it. But again, you've still got a couple of guys in Manchester who are borderline on the foul trouble, and with 6 minutes to go, Raiders really need to start attacking the basket. They've been doing a decent job of that. If they can do that without turning the ball over, drawing a few more fouls, get to the foul line, get easy buckets with the clock's not moving, you know, that's your best medicine. And while that goes on, if you get the opportunity to shoot a couple of open threes at the same time, then you take them as well. If you don't go on a run now, though, Plymouth Raiders, you can see this game disappear very, very quickly.
Yeah, Plymouth Raiders need someone to step up for them.
They've got the players to do it. I'm certainly not taking them out of the game yet. 6 minutes to go, 11-point game. It's still there. It's still there to come back into.
BBL closed down well.
What's my famous last words?
Giants with the chance to put further distance between them and the hosts. One list does just that. Raiders need Payne to shoot this one. And with that, Manchester can go at them again, get the stop they needed. Plymouth and Bankovic.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike foul. There was, there was no. He wasn't setting a screen on anyone. He was deliberately standing there to knock Josh Wiltshire off a free line to the basket. And if you've got a free lane to the basket, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike.
That's 4 fouls on Bankovic, and one he didn't need to give away there. Didn't need to do that at all.
No, he's, you know, if he fouls Josh Wiltshire in the free lane, Josh is going to go to the free throw line. He's a good free throw shooter. He's going to probably get 2 out of 2. Thank you, Josh. And if he lets him go, he's going to get 2 points. The difference is Raiders have now got possession. If they get a score here, that's a big deficit to give away.
Let's find the lane. Hassan back within 9.
And 2 points turned to 4 points just like that.
Approaching the business end of the game now. Clayton. Jones.
Good shot from Jones. He's been pretty quiet all game. He hasn't really needed to turn up to be the scorer. He's got other guys doing that for him today.
All Manchester need to do now is keep hitting them 2s. Wilshere hitting the 3.
You get a stop here and a score for Plymouth Raiders, you got yourself a 6-point game. Really important now to play some good defense.
One less. Hasn't hit many of them today, but chucks one down.
When it's falling, it's falling. When it's falling, it's falling. If you were going to give that 3-point shot to anyone on the court, it would have been Wallace or Clayton. And unfortunately, it's not paid off this time.
Hassan. Fouled, and lucky he didn't make the 2 there. He'll go to the line.
If the game carries on like this is going to be a very, very long 4 minutes. It's got to score him when it matters. Got to score him when it matters. There you go. One down for Hassan out of the 2 free throws, and he's had a tough game today. He's been playing hard, and you know, any game when Hassan and Clayton come together, you know it's going to be a physical battle. And it's been just that inside.
One less again. And that should do it for the Giants. Okay, maybe that's a bit premature with 4:20 to go.
Yeah.
But so,
I don't think it's quite
big
over
shot.
just yet. You know, there's still a couple of big plays left in this game. It just depends on who they fall to.
it's going to take them some way there. Nicholas fouled.
Jones is trying to claim that foul. Don't be fooled, referee. Don't be fooled. I think he has been. James Jones, as soon as the contact was made, he ran out, put his hand up in the air and said, yeah, that was me. Sorry, ref. And I think he got the better of him that time.
Paul James knows. Just having a word with the ref.
It's a common thing. If you're a basketball player, people do that. You're on the court, you got your key guy on 4 fouls, of course you're going to claim it. And he's got away with it this time.
That's Butler on 4, Clayton on 4, Bankovic on 4, and Jones on 4.
I'm sure they'd rather have Jones on 4 than Clayton on 5.
And 4 minutes to go. Giants up by 11. Rashad Hassan giving Willie Clayton a hug.
It's kind of called it as an unsportsmanlike foul, I believe. Which is, to be fair, that's a fair call. That's a fair call. He wrapped himself around him. He deliberately stopped him from going up. It's whether or not they call that foul on the shot or on the floor. And again, you can see Manchester trying to get someone else to shoot the free throws. And hey, it worked on the foul, maybe it'll work on the free throws, but it didn't need to. Clayton hits down that one.
He's Clayton 3 from 11. From 12, Manchester will keep possession. 12 points up. On the cusp of wrapping up the game here. One less. A call from deep. They just claim the ball. They need to make something happen now. Payne fouled one. Cool, was he?
Yeah. Told you it's going to be a long 4 minutes.
That's 3 on Mike McCall.
Anyone else on the court who fouls that is out of the game, but I think that's what you call tactical fouling right now.
The Raiders 12 missing the first. Great performance from the Manchester Giants.
Well, they've closed the game pretty well. They've closed in the game very well. They've made big shots when they needed to. It's been a scrappy one, but it's been a close game. And one team's made bigger shots than the other team.
There's Payne. I want this there. When you've got a guy like Ingus Bankovic on your side as well, it always helps. He's been the difference in this game. Here's one less. Nicholas doing well.
Lucky to get away with that offensive rebound because Wanda should have slowed that ball right down there.
Clayton. Another foul called. Denzel Ubiaro this time. And time out for the Plymouth Raiders, 82-93. 3 minutes to go.
Yep, 11-point game. You've got to try. You've got to try. You're in this position here. There's not much time left. It's a big ask for Plymouth Raiders to get back in this game, but you've got to try. Manchester Giants need to slow the game down now. If they can start just relaxing, moving the ball a little bit better, ticking time off the clock, they'll be in a good place. But if you're Plymouth Raiders right now, you want to get to that free throw line. You want to get guys out of the game. If you manage to get Clayton out of the game, or Bankovic or someone like that, if you get them out early, you do give yourself a better chance, but you're still a big ask. But let's say we have a miss here from Manchester. The next 2 possessions, you get 2 fouls on different players on 4 fouls, which are on the court right now. All of a sudden, you've got 4 players on the court with just under 3 minutes to go. Anything can happen in this time. It's unlikely, but anything can happen.
Why do you think this game's been as scrappy as it has been? It's been a real lack of quality from both sides. In certain aspects.
In certain aspects it has been, if you look at it that way, but I just think you've got 2 teams fighting for remaining playoff spots, and it's going to be a little bit disorganised at times. You've got 2 powerhouses in Hassan and Clayton. You've got guys who like to get to the hoop. You've got someone who loves shooting the free ball but not doing much else. And it's not the recipe for the most tactical game in the world. It's going to be a hard, gritty, rough game, and that's what it's been.
Cut into Willie Clayton, sorted himself out after going 0 for 7, 0 for 8, finally putting a free throws down for his side. Misses that one. Nicholas nicks it off of Wanless.
Yeah, nearly a big rebound there for Wanless. That would have been certainly been a game changer.
Ubiaro, open lane, that's Clayton.
And there you go, that's the unsportsmanlike foul. Silly from Clayton.
That's 4 fouls for Clayton.
Ubiaro is always going to get past him. He had no reason to reach in there. He's put himself in trouble, he's put his team in trouble. You know, I told you it was a big ask to get back in this game, but if you do things like that, you don't help yourself.
Denzel Ubiaro with a big couple of shots here.
See, he's laughing about it now, but he's put himself in a bit of predicament, sitting on 4 fouls. Four players on 4 fouls, 2:48 to go. Raiders with possession.
Let's see what the Raiders can do with it. Usha. Ubiaro.
Would have expected players to go to the hoop in that position, but goes to the free ball. But they get the ball back. Yes, they do.
Denzel Ubiaro did really well, as did Devontavious Payne. Wilshire. Payne may have shot then, went to Nicholas. He was down by 9, slowing it down, kicking it to Wilshire. 3 points, back within 6. 2:15 left to go. The route for error now for the Raiders. Need to make a stop if they can. Manchester. Every point for them. So valuable at this time in the game. McCall. Wanless. Doesn't go. Ubiaro did really well up against Willie Clayton, and now Raiders coming back. Ball off Butler. Be a Plymouth ball off the side. This game really finely balanced now. Nicholas. Front Ubiaro. Just looking to drive. Ravalainen.
I was in that moment then. I was thinking free ball, but Raiders now going to get a full court press on the go. If they get a quick stop, it's only 2 baskets away, you see, with 6 points, but like we said before, big ask.
And Ravalainen, yeah, he did. He pushed.
He did, but that's a big time flop from Willie Clayton as well. He's a big guy, and he's had Hassan backing him down the whole game. But apparently if you hit him on the wrist, he falls over.
It's his weak spot.
Hey, look, if I'm a player and I'm on the court and someone's fouling me, am I going to sell it in a close game? Probably.
Yes, you are. Willie Clayton's done just that.
You can't blame him for it. Got to laugh about it.
Raiders wanted to miss this one to keep it within 6 rather, and they do.
And the problem is now, just like it's been down the other end, it's an unsportsmanlike foul. There was no intention for the basketball. So even if he misses his free throws, they got a chance to take seconds off the clock.
Jones won this. Want to get to Clayton, Freeman around him.
Didn't seem to fall on the floor that time, did he?
UBR again defensively doing really well, and strong. Wilshere and foul by McCall. Should send Wilshere to the line. With 1:08 to go. Raiders need Josh Wilshere to hit both of these. Bangovics will come back in now for team 1 of this. With exception to McCall, the rest of the players for the Giants team all on 4 fouls.
You can guarantee that when you're going to be going at someone, you ain't going to be going at McCall right now if you're Plymouth Raiders.
Important shot now for Josh Wilshere.
Here comes a full court press, I would have thought. Or are they backing off? No, backing off right now. Just putting a small bit of pressure on. They want to try and get that ball back, and they got to do it quickly. Should be fouling right now.
Clayton. Ball finds its way to Jones. Jarvalainen and Clayton going at it again. Ball off Jarvalainen, and Raiders won't get the possession back.
I was surprised there wasn't a foul in there, but to be fair, Raiders defense, they nearly got the stop.
Timeout called with 46 seconds left to go. This game really tightly balanced.
If this one goes in Raiders' favour, it's nothing but mistakes towards the end of this fourth quarter from Manchester with fouls. You know,
point to that one by Clayton there.
That's a massive one. And there was one before that where Raiders got 4 points off of it. And they need to see this out, Manchester. That's what their coach is going to be saying to them. You've got to see this out. You've got to keep that basketball. And if you lose that basketball in the next 5-6 seconds with a defensive stop or a silly mistake, Raiders come down and score, or even get fouled, you're going to be going to the free throw line, or you're going to be getting an easy 2 with the opportunity to get another stop. And with people in 4 fouls, you don't particularly want to be fouling. You're in a pretty tough predicament. So the best thing you could do if you're Manchester right now is get this ball in and look after it.
Right, regarding the court now for Manchester on 4 fouls. So one of them makes a foul, they're out. Still got 1 list to come back in. They won't be making too many fouls.
Well, they got 1 to give then, in theory. They got 1 to give because they got a rotation for that player. But if you foul, Raiders are going to the free throw line. That's a big shot.
Cool.
And that's a big rebound from Willie Clayton, a very big rebound.
Doing it all season. Butler and Clayton, Jarvalainen all over him once again.
Yeah.
Foul call, but hey, look, he's not been shooting well from the free throw line.
If he misses these 2 and Raiders get a rebound, you've still got a slim chance. But that rebound right there, that's the biggest rebound of the game. Picking that board off there and giving yourself another offensive look is really important.
Willie Clayton has gone 4 for 16 from the line today. That one teases the Raiders and rolls in.
In theory, still a 2 possession game.
This is the second one. Raiders to get the ball down the court quickly. Dante Nicholas, they can go for 2. Defended really well
Good
by
defense.
Butler.
Good defense.
Great defense. Wilshere fouling. But that could be the game right there for Manchester. Should be the game.
You see what Dante was doing there. He saw that Clayton was on the help side, He wanted to go in there and draw that foul, get to the free throw line, get Clayton out the game. I get it. Good stance from Clayton. Good stance from McCall. Tough bit of defense right there. Makes it a free possession game. Now it becomes very, very difficult.
Wilshire, 20 seconds to go. To shoot. Down the line and misses. Willie Clayton grabs it.
Would have thought Raiders would have got to the hoop then when Josh Wiltshire attacked. I know a three's better than a 2 right now, but 7-point game, you just got to get something quick. It's been a tough finish for Plymouth Raiders. They livened up and they put themselves in a position to get back into this game. And to be fair to Manchester Giants, with 5 guys on 4 fouls, they've done a fantastic job of keeping players on the court. Whether the calls have gone their way or they haven't gone their way, they've kept guys on the court. They've got rebounds where it matters. They've scored big shots when it matters, and here they are.
And here they are with Willie Clayton. Still can't go 2 from 2 from the free throw line. 5 to go. Wilshire defended well from Jones. With 3.9 on the clock. It's going to be a Manchester win.
It's a big win. It's a big win. It puts Manchester and Plymouth very, very level. And what it does as well, it also puts Bristol straight back in the equation of the 8th spot. And there's going to be an interesting end to this season. Who's going to get those last 2 playoff spots of 7th and 8th? I do not know.
That win from Manchester keeps them 9th on head-to-head against the Raiders. But hey, look, as you say, it's anyone's game now for who's going to get those final playoff spots.
If you're Plymouth right now, and you're not going to dwell on this, and if you're Manchester, you're not going to celebrate it too much, if I'm honest with you. Both teams, they've got to be focused right now. You've got another game. The next game's the important one now. And then after that game, the next game's the important one. This is the business end of the season. This is about making the playoffs. Both teams can still make the playoffs. No one's out of the equation right now. A win helped both of them, but it wasn't to be for Plymouth, and it's a big win for Manchester, but it's all about what's next.
Huge game next for the Raiders up at Sheffield on April 5th, and Manchester at Newcastle on the same day. Hey, look, you can't put it down to only one game that's going to get the Raiders or the Giants into the playoffs, but it still is a big victory here today for the Giants.
Very much so, very much so. But if it does come back to a tie for 8th place, what you have got on here is Raiders do have the head-to-head on Manchester.
So, games on live basketball.tv over the coming week. On Wednesday, the 3rd of April, Glasgow Rocks at the Sheffield Sharks. Then a whole host of games on Friday. Manchester Giants is visiting the Newcastle Eagles. Bristol Flyers entertain the London Lions. Leicester Riders against the London City Royals. Sheffield Sharks against the Raiders, as we've mentioned, and the Bristol Wolves taking on the Surrey Scorchers. As you can see, there are plenty of games. Any that tickle your fancy?
Like I said, this time of year, everything right now. This is the playoffs, and the only one I might scrap off that list, if I was being really picky, would be Worcester and Surrey. But then you're going to have, again, you've got 2 teams who are going to fight and say, hey, I don't want to be finishing bottom right now. So, you know, Sheffield's a big game. Plymouth, that's a huge one right there. Leicester and London City Royals, you're all looking for that top 4 positioning. Bristol, London. Bristol need a big win. London need to keep their place at the top. Newcastle, Manchester. Manchester need a win. Newcastle want to push up the table. It's non-stop. Sheffield, Glasgow, that's a huge one for both teams, and that affects a lot of teams beneath them as well.
So plenty going on in the league. Thanks very much for being here, Paul.
Thank you.
So, in the end, a scrappy game here at Pavilions, but the Manchester Giants come and take the win. It finishes Plymouth Raiders 90, Manchester Giants 98.